MMAfighting.com, and I'm in Dublin, Ireland with Peter Queally ahead of his Bellator London fight with Terry Brazier. How are you, Peter?
I'm good, Petey. I'm always good.
I've got to ask you, there was such a big reaction in Ireland to that Myles Price fight. I know you've gone back and you've watched it. I mean, you feel like you won that fight now after getting the time to come back. I know you spoke to us directly after. You didn't get to see the fight at all. You've watched it now and you feel like your hand should have been raised that night.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I won round 1 and 2 and he won round 3. I thought it was a clear 2-1, but whatever. There's no point crying about that. It's over now. But I did think I won. I feel like the fans thought I won. Bellator even put up an online poll asking who won, and it was like 80% towards me or something. So it doesn't matter what I think. The fans thought I won. That's when you really win, when the fans think you won. So
I think like Bellator are even treating it like a win, even the way they've matched you afterwards on such a big game.
In London.
Yes.
In London. So it is a win. They are treating it as a win. There was actually a couple of very important people in Bellator took time to message me the day after to tell me I won. Very important people. So, you know, it's not one that hurts, to be honest, if I'm being honest about it. I feel like I came away out of that with my stock higher than I went into it, so it's all good.
Yeah, and it really did feel like that. I mean, in the arena that night, the reception you get, I know we spoke about it already, but I mean, this is a video that people keep on going back to watch. It was one of those moments where you're kind of like, you know, this is incredible. Is that still with you? Is that very vivid in your imagination still?
Yeah, I can feel it like it was yesterday, and I'm getting people from London messaging me, zombie. Do you know what I mean? Londoners, like, so.
You're going to have to change it now to the Irish Zombie.
I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like, I don't know, we'll see how it goes in London, but people just loved that. I loved it, but the fans loved it as well. And I'm just glad that even though they thought I won, I didn't get the decision, that the feeling with me was that they still left with a good taste in their mouth because of how they felt during the fight, because of the entrance and the unity with the crowd, and everyone was behind me and everyone was together supporting their own. So I was happy that everyone still had a good time.
Did you feel as though, like as you just said, your stock has gone up, but I mean, that's Sky Sports. That show on Sky Sports was watched by so many people across the UK and Ireland. Did you feel that kind of a big pop for yourself after that event, as in, you know, you're becoming more of a household name based on being with Bellator and being on Sky Sports?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. I was slowly building my following with what I was doing outside of Bellator all my career. But then when you go into a big American show like this and they've got the right media outlets and they're on a big channel and all these different things, you for sure feel that shockwave come through. And as you said, you become more of a household, I wouldn't say household name, but you know, more of a name, I guess. Yeah, you get more known very quickly.
I got to ask you about the pictures that popped up on social media. I'm not even messing when I tell you. I got about 10 phone calls in the space of an hour after that. And I mean, I still don't know if I know the full story here. Is there more than meets the eye, just that what we see in the post, the fact that you've kind of said Chris isn't welcome back in SBG Ireland? For those who don't know, Peter put up some sparring footage of sparring images of him and Chris where it looked like Chris had been down by one of your shots. Can you explain the thought process behind that?
Yeah, there's a lot more to it that I won't go into now. It's too long to talk about, but yeah, I just don't like him. I was supposed to be fighting him now. That's the long story short of this. And he jibbed it. Do you know what I mean? Bellator wanted to make me and him, and he bottled it. So he's just a pussy of a thing, to be honest. There's different things I don't like about him, and different things went on, and I was a bit angry, and I just said, okay, fuck him. I'm just going to annihilate him online now and show everyone what he is, because he's a fraud. He's after kind of blagging his way into a big promotion with a padded record. Go check his record. He's got one win, and it's Terry. And I don't know what happened in that. But we got the win, so fair play to him. But
is he an SBG guy? Because I thought he was. I always got the impression.
He's as SBG as you are now, that you come in here now and you visit the place. That's all he does. He comes here 2 days every 3 or 4 months. So that's not a teammate. That's just a merc who's floating around to different gyms. So I've never considered him a teammate. No one here has considered him a teammate. Listen, if there was, did you see any fallout from me booting him out of the gym? Did you hear Creefer crying about it, or Richie crying about it, or James crying about it?
Don't seem to be happy with each other here. It seems like that is definitely a fight that you want, though. I mean, is this a fight that you would be calling for regardless of?
It's happening. Bellator said I'm going to fight him in Dublin, so he needs to get ready. He needs to get mentally prepared for that, because that is his next fight.
Well, that's going to be huge.
For him. Bad.
I got to ask you about Terry himself. I mean, you've put a lot of respect on Terry's name ahead of this one. Does it feel weird going into his background after coming from that massive ovation in Dublin into that?
On the road. I do well on the road with Terry, so it will be a different situation, but I've made a career out of this, going into Moscow, Sochi, Rostov-on-Don, Kazakhstan, Cape Town, Johannesburg, fucking.
So this is just like a bus trip, basically.
This is nothing to me, and I actually mean that. I do better on the road than I do at home. I embrace that bad guy role, and there's a lot of pressure eased off you when you're in that role, and I enjoy it. It's fine. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm glad he's a big favourite and a big name over there, because it'll feel right at home for me. But to get back to your point, I do respect him. I do think it's going to be a very difficult fight, and I do think the fans are going to get their money's worth in this one, not like the last one.
Did you not like the way that fight went? Did you not feel it delivered for the fans?
No, didn't. I like, in my head, whatever, I'm not ragging on Moyles. He fought his fight, that's fine. But in my head, this is my thought process for this. I kind of thought, I'm a striker, he's a striker. Let's see now. Let's see who's the real striker here. That's what I thought was going to happen. Like, Moyles has been public. He's had this, what he kind of attempted to do to me, he's had done to him in the past. And he's been vocal about that. Joe, like Norman did it to him, and Kane did it to him, and a lot of guys did this to him, and he's always whinged about that. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do this to you. I'm going to be there fighting you. And then he went and did this then and stunk the place out. So I know I didn't think it delivered. It delivered for other reasons with the tone of the event and the atmosphere. It delivered. It did deliver. But I did not feel the fight actually delivered. So I'm looking forward to getting on now and putting in a big fight here now. A good scrap here now.
I see he's still training a lot with Conor. I mean, how's he looking at the moment? There's so much talk about when's he going to be back. Is he fit? You know, do you expect to see him fight before the end of the year based off your training sessions with him?
100%. He could. Yeah, he's training hard. He's fit. He's sharp as ever. Yeah, I do expect him to fight before the end of the year. I'm not sure when, but I would be shocked if we don't see him before the end of the year. And yeah, he's always a big help to me. He always makes time to come in and spar me, and we have just crazy spars. He's just my favourite training partner, and I always thank him. But I do expect him to be back to answer your question. Yeah.
I gotta ask you, are you watching all of this division at Bellator at the moment? Because obviously the lightweight title changed hands there last weekend. What did you?
A bit of beef there. Just saying, them brothers. So.
I mean, do you think, like, now with him at the top of the division, as I was gonna ask you?
Definitely better for me, yeah. Of course. Well, he said he wanted to fight me, so, and the brother did. So there's two of them there now. So we can. That's good. Definitely good for me.
What did you think of the stoppage? Because it was a lot of people are kind of.
Yeah. When you look, when you watch it through, Chandler has for sure got his senses back, and he was coming back too. So you could say it was a bad stoppage, but he did go out. And the refs' instruction is if they see him go limp for a second, stop it. So the ref didn't make a mistake. It was just kind of unfortunate how it played out, but the ref wasn't wrong to stop it, in my opinion. But Chandler does. I'm sure he does feel hard done by, and he'd be right to feel hard done by because he was coming back. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of them ones. If it didn't get stopped, it would have been fine too. But it's whatever. And
I mean, do you expect Patricio to stay at the top of that division for a while, or do you feel like maybe, as a smaller man, he's fought at 35, 45, and of course lightweight, do you expect it to be difficult for him to keep hold of that title?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's always difficult. Look at who's there. Do you know what I mean? Look at who's there. Like, so of course it's going to be difficult, but I can certainly see him keeping it as well. He's a brilliant fighter. I know we've had a few words, but he's not denying he's a good fighter. I think Chandler could beat him if they fought again for sure. I don't think he's just Chandler's kryptonite or anything. I think that could go the other way very easily. But yeah, he's a good fighter, and he can certainly hold on to it, but he can certainly get beaten too. There's a lot of bad men in that division. So.
Just finally, Peter, what way do you see it going with Terry? Obviously, the Bungard finish took a lot of people by surprise. You usually don't see Terry getting stopped that early. He's known as a gritty, kind of grindy fighter. What are you expecting from him? Do you expect this fight to go to the distance, because he is quite a durable guy?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I think I can stop him too. I think I'm a bad matchup for him. I'm hard to take down. There's no secret. I don't know what he's going to say now, but let's be honest about it. He's going to be trying to take me down and imprint with kind of what Moyles did, kind of a boring, grindy fight. That's his best route to victory here. But I'll be ready for it this time. As I said, I alluded to that. I wasn't really ready for that in that fight. I was expecting something else. But I'll be ready for that. And I'm good at that. I'm good against them style of opponents. So I'll have a massive advantage standing. I think he'd even agree with that. He'd be lying if he said I don't. So I'll be looking to just keep it standing and smash him, and I'm sure he'll be looking to get me to the fence and get me down and impose his game on me.
Where do you hope that the Bungard fight is situated on the Dublin card. Obviously, you had co-main event last time, and
James wins. James main event. Me co-main event. Chris co-main event.
Brilliant.
That's gonna be bigger than the Moyles one. Everyone's talking about this already now. This Bungard one.
Everybody wants to know what the crack is.
The Scots hate me. All the Irish are, I'm sure they're giving out about him. Do you know what I mean? They're certainly behind me. So that's going to be just as good as there's real beef again there. What you want is, you don't want fabricated beef. What's this fabricated beef? But you want a real reason people are fighting. That's why me and Myles was such a popular fight. It's because people understood why we were fighting. There was a reason. It was something had gone on. There was something to be settled here now. It was like in the playground at lunchtime when you have to fight because something happened. And they're the kind of fights that people love. And this is the same as that again. Something has happened, not everyone's sure what happened with us, but I can tell you something did happen, and now we're going to settle it. And that's it.
Thanks so much.
No worries, brother.